This video contains mature and/or graphic content. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children.
Teens out there, you know, sometimes they'll do anything to get high, but now they're doing something that you can call it down and dirty, but what they're doing physically is, in some ways, they're going to their local home improvement stores and they're getting high off of garden plant seeds. Everything from Hawaiian baby woodrose, sleepy grass, and blue morning glory. These seeds can replicate the hallucinogenic effect of LSD. They contain something called LSA. And this is a hallucinogen. And they're taking these, they're swallowing them whole, they're crushing them up. Costs less than $10 to get some of these. Incredibly dangerous, not just because of the psychotic episodes we're seeing teenagers have from them. These seeds are also coated in pesticides. There are so many things about this that are troubling to me.
Yeah, I just, again, as a mom, I get really nervous about these stories because you're always trying to stay ahead of your kids, because from cough syrup to allergy medications, kids are always figuring out how to use something that's intended for one thing to give them some kind of high. And this is really scary because there's no regulation. There's no way to control the sale or use of it.
I mean, why would some kid be coming in to buy Morning Glory seeds? I mean...
But what is a clerk going to do, Drew? Is a clerk going to deny them a right to buy what is a standard gardening product?
Well, just what they're doing in the pharmacy now, that certain products that they know may be used to create something else, they're going to have to control it.
I propose something, and this is a government requirement here, but one of the things that I've noted over the last few years is that we're very slow to react as a country to incredibly dangerous products out there, whether it be supplements or anything like this that you can get over the counter that could have a drug-like effect, that could kill people. I feel like the FDA needs a special forces unit of some kind who's on the leading edge of this. And the minute you learn that something like this is being used to potentially get a high, trip on it, die on it, they should be extra cautious and put some standard out there where if we know these particular seeds are being used, we're going to put them behind a lockbox.
Exactly.
And you're going to have to show identification. You're going to be limited in the amount you can purchase. We're way too slow to react here. I'm glad we're telling parents about this because you need to know as a parent. But
it's crazy how chemically, how close it is to LSD.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a couple extra diethyl amides, I guess, that go on there, and it becomes LSD. And we know the stories with LSD that you can have permanent flashbacks, permanent brain injury.
And I know I started by saying I was really worried about this as a parent, and I am, but I'm also worried about over-regulating. And where's the line that we draw? Because businesses are already saying, you know, they're too regulated. You can't make a profit. You can't do business in the United States. So I think you're going to get some pushback from those that say, you got to put seeds behind a locked cabinet?
I'll tell you what I believe. I believe that businesses are overregulated, that products are underregulated. I do. I think that we turn a blind eye towards dangerous.
There's so many of these products. You're not going to be able to walk into a drugstore and purchase them.
There aren't that many. It's not as though.
This is a seed, Travis. This is
that acts like LSD. You know what? You know what? You know what the poppy seed produces?
Can you grow anything in the soil?
Poppy seeds? Oh, it's just seeds. My point is that most drugs come from a plant, or that's how they start. And so,
mushrooms, pot, all that.
Yeah. So, you know what? They're just mushrooms. You know, my point is, you can have mushrooms and say, oh, they're just mushrooms, no big deal.
We're experiencing in this country now this surge of the desire by voters to legalize some of these seeds, i.e. marijuana. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying, and I'm concerned about it as a mom. I don't want teenagers getting access to this, but I'm also concerned about everything.
Well, so let me tell you
regulated.
this. When you legalize something that has a lot of studies behind it, like marijuana, it's been done in Colorado and Washington, I understand why you may consider doing that. If you do that, and you know exactly the dose response, you know exactly how it's going to work, people aren't dying from it, I can understand that. What I can't understand is allowing a product to stay on store shelves when you know teens can die from it. And so I would rather see us formally say, okay, we know this product to be somewhat safe. We're going to regulate it. But these things out there, whether it be seeds, some of these, even these huffing materials kids are getting into. We're going to regulate these because these are drugs.